In this video, I sat down with my coach student Bola on how she sold over $70,000 on Amazon in 1 month, just her fourth month as a mother of two and full-time 9 to 5. It's pretty crazy. Super excited to share with you guys. Let's get right into it. What's up, Bola? Welcome to the show. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much, Miles. Good to be here.
Awesome. Absolutely. So you have an awesome story the past couple months, really just as a new Amazon seller. Do you just want to break down how much you've sold the past 30 days and then overall just why you got into selling on Amazon and when you started?
Okay, that's a lot. In the last couple, okay, I got into Amazon in the first place because I was trying to, find a niche in e-commerce in general. I used to be in tech, or I am still in tech actually. I still work 9 to 5 as a tech person, and I'm trying to transition out of my 9 to 5 to, a more scalable business. Although I do run a fintech company, but all of these things are very stressful, and I just wanted out of the number 9 to 5. So I decided to look into e-commerce because in the past I had done e-commerce like 2010, and that was back in Nigeria, and it was very interesting. It was lucrative, but the big players came into the space. I couldn't compete, so I exited and went back to tech. So this year, I decided that this was something I really wanted to do, and I did a couple of research, and it didn't really work out. Then, sometime February, somebody connected me to your platform, which was why I watched your 8 hours video. You won't believe it. I watched everything. People can't do that, but I did. So I practiced everything you said, and it made sense. So it was just easy. By the time I reached out to you, and you said, "Oh, take this coaching program; it will help you," and that was it. And that changed everything for me. That was like mid-February. So I think that month I did about 1.5 only from the training,
Yeah.
from the coaching that I took for like 2 weeks, and I was like, this is way different from everything I've read from like the beginning of the year to date. And I think in March I did about almost 6,000.
Yep.
Then after was 28,000. Then this last month was about 70,000, and that's just what. And it just proved that the model works. And I go to almost every training program, even as at now. I hardly miss your training, and I think that that really changed everything for me. The training program, the guidance, and always being able to reach out to you quickly to say, "Is this going to work? What is this?" And you're saying, "Oh, yeah, this means this and this means that." That's really very interesting for me. So
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is obviously you're a not typical result where you figured things out really quickly, but even between like 10 and 15% profit, which is kind of right around where arbitrage typically is, even where a little bit higher too, depending if you want to do more retail arbitrage, you're approaching a full-time income already, working part-time, right? As a mom of two.
yeah.
So very, very fascinating stuff. And obviously big credit to, all the hard work you've been able to do. What do you think was the big difference between the way you were doing things originally that wasn't working and the way you're doing things now that's working great with online and retail arbitrage?
So what I was doing before was that I just, looked at some videos online, reached out to some people, and all they all said is, "Oh, you can do this, you can do this." They never gave you the numbers. The first class I had with you, and you showed me how to make the number good using Salah. Guess what? I went back to everybody that I had approached before to check whatever product they've told me to sell. None of them was good. They were all negative. I was losing money, basically. And they all told me, and if you check most of them have YouTube pages and they talk about all these things and all. And I was so fascinated, like, this is Miles, this is what he said we should do. And it was just easy. And I put in my numbers and I can tell I'm going to be profitable here. And I can tell I'm losing money here. But guess what? I had to send screenshots back to there to say, "Can you see this? You're actually losing money with what you're saying." Because on their pages, they all say, "Oh, sell this product, this beauty product. This is how much you buy. Even you buy it
No
like $60."
fees, no shipping in there. You don't see the actual seller am numbers where the vast majority of the items you look at won't actually be good right now.
It wasn't good. I was losing money. Wow. So, like I said, from week one, it was like an eye opener. From the 8 hours video up to date, it has been. I don't even know how to describe it, but basically, it's just very interesting. Maybe that's the word. I don't know. I can't find a word for it.
Yeah, and so you said like 1,500 in sales, right? Revenue your first month, and then like 6,000 your second month. That's actually pretty similar to my trajectory back in the day when I got started too. What was the specific moment when you were like, "Holy crap! Like this really works," or was it just like a really steady grind, or was there any one specific day or item where you were like, "Holy crap"?
No, so I just followed most of the programs. So I do mostly OA and I do FBM. I know, yes, a lot of people want to do the FBA. I remember I didn't try FBA for a long time. I tried maybe from April, but the FBM worked because I just looked at some of the strategies you mentioned, right? Find good products at your closest Walmart. Walmart is 5 minutes from me. Try to ungate them, or if you can even find them as auto ungate, list them on Amazon and start to sell. That was what I started with, basically Walmart products. Nothing really special. Just looked at some of the products, look at some of the ASINs in the training programs. From there, I was storefronting some of the sellers on some of those listings, and that was why I found good products. And most of the products were just available in Walmart. I could just buy them, and I could even ship them same day. I could get them to my house same day and list them that same day. So that's basically how I started. And as I understood more about Keeper and Seller Ham, I was able to test more products because I do more of testing with the OA. I just order maybe three, two, or five, depending on the. I look at the graph to be able to understand. And sometimes, of course, I send the graph to you to say, is this a fast moving product? Is it not moving? And if it's moving, yes, I just test it maybe three or five, right? That's what I typically do, depending on the cost of the item. Then if it works, then I buy more and I keep buying more. That's basically what I started with. And for me, I was gated for a lot of things. So it was not like I could sell Nautica. I can't sell Nautica, but I can sell a lot of stuff in Walmart. I can sell a lot of stuff from Target. And that's basically what I started with. And that's what I have typically been doing. Even till now, that's typically what I'm doing. Still trying to engage for a couple of brands, but Walmart and Target just works fine.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing too, is that, when you're a newer seller, you're going to be gated in lots of things, but you can get approved. Sometimes it'll just take a bunch of submissions, as we both know. But you said you also capitalize really nicely on auto ungate products too, because there's a lot of people watching this that are like, crap, I feel like I'm gated in everything. Couple things though, they're not actually hitting request approval and apply to sell to actually see if it's auto ungate, right? And they're not going through the process of getting auto ungate. So y'all watch this, make sure you go ahead and do that because it's possible, and she did it right here. And it's an awesome thing. Quick interruption of the video, guys. If you want personalized one-on-one help directly from me, now's a great time to go down below to the first link in the description and put in your information to apply for my coach program. Back to school is coming quick. Q4 is right after it. Now's a great time to get in there. I'm the only Amazon coach that actually does one-on-ones with all my students. I'll plug you in on all my favorite coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies. We have 3 group coaching calls per week. You'll be around other Amazon sellers crushing the game. So take a look at that down below at the link in the description if you're interested. And back to the video with Bola. So in terms of finding your first couple winning products, let's, gating aside, right? We know that's possible, right? I have a full-on gating tutorial on my channel. How did you actually find your first couple winners in respect to like product research strategy, making items good, using discounts, and those kind of things that after a month or two are pretty, common knowledge, but as a beginner could be a little confusing.
So first of all, so the first class I think I had, that was when I learned about stock hunting, right? Like stalking other sellers that are already within the listings that maybe are interested, they already have listed. That was basically what I did. I focus more on OEM and FBAs, nothing really, nothing more than that. I've not really expanded to doing something else. So what I just do is look at some of those sellers, look at the product that they have, and I check them. Are they great value products? Are they, uh cuddles? Are they
Yeah, just other auto ungate brands you come across.
basically all the other ingredients? Those are the ones I just typically focus on, not because of anything, but because I know that my account is currently limited, and the more I do, the more Amazon will be able to do more for me as well. So I just focus on those and just keep checking, keep learning. Right now, I have something called a repriser. I know you talked about that, and I know that there's a class coming. And the reason is that I have so many products on my platform now, I'm not able to kind of reprice as quickly as I want to. And what I realized with using tools like that is that it actually gets me more margin than I would typically get on a good day. So I think those are the things I basically did. Just follow the process, like find those good products, look at the sellers, make sure you source properly. And if you don't understand the chart, reach out either in school or directly to you to say, okay, does this look like a good product? If it says yes, okay, you can explain to say, oh, this is moving really slow. This is moving really well. So this might maybe with 10, it might be good. Maybe with 100, this might be good stuff. That's basically what I did. Just look at the numbers, then list as many products I can that I can easily buy very close to me. That's basically my strategy for now. Although I plan to move to other things because I found some products that are more wholesale kind of friendly, right? And that's my next level to look more. I'm testing some product right now, and I reached out to you about a particular item that I couldn't find, and you have to tell me, oh, this is an wholesale product, and I said, okay. I joined one of your class. I think it was Gary that spoke about the wholesale, and I said, okay, I can find the, I can
Oh
find.
yeah, for sure. And that's what's beautiful is business is a character development thing at the end of the day. Like you get to make money, obviously, but you get to meet cool people and get to level up your skill set too. Right. And that I had no idea when I got started selling books, I'd be making YouTube videos or be able to coach people and everything too. As was also it's an awesome self-improvement vehicle. Too. And I know you're obviously a really hard worker. You're just like me. You'll be up late. You'll text me and I'll be up in the morning checking products and everything too. I'll be up, on school late as well. So speaking of that, so you may be able to do something a lot of people want to do, which is build really an epic side hustle that has a lot of long-term potential if you stick with it, right? In just a couple months, while working a 9 to 5, right? As a mother of two, talk through like how the heck you've been able to manage your schedule and manage your time, which I'm, sure has been hard, but talk about how you've been able to make that possible.
It's hard. Let me just tell you that it's not easy at all. And if you don't have the support of your family, I can tell you it is worse. But I do have the support of my family. That's a good thing. Because when I started, I was like, oh, okay, another thing that you're just interested in. Right now, it means very seriously. Like, I call it my investor because, in this business, as you grow, even need more cash, and you try to talk to, that is different topic on its own. But me, I call him my investor because every time I just tell him, oh, please, my store needs additional funds to go to the next level, like that. So, but basically, what I realized is that depending on on your community, now not just my immediate family, my community on school as well, they've been extremely helpful. So I'm able to reach out to quite a number of people, meet a number of people, and they've been very helpful. And even sometimes, some people are very busy, and you send them a message, they will give you like they can meet with up with you almost immediately to just help you with anything, and that is very brilliant. And I think that is one of the things that I really like about your community that you've built. You have great people that you've helped, and they're also willing to help people. So I'll be able to tap into that community to be able to help me move to the next level. Then of course my family, even my kids know about profit margin. They know what profit margin means. They know what revenue means. They are learning a lot, and it's for them. It's more like a school that they are just learning new things. They will say, "Oh, how much do you buy this product? How much are you selling this product for?" Wow, okay, that makes sense. And so they're very interested even right now. So and that is something I'm very happy about because it now makes my kid very interested in something I'm doing because they can see it's very tangible. They can relate it with their daily life. So they also know some things. And every time they see something new, they ask, how much did you buy that? And they will tell you, let me tell you the profit margin. Let me tell you the profit margin. They already know how to do all of those. So, so I don't know. It's just very different. And I think it's something interesting. So if you're interested in it, and I think you just put your mind to it. Honestly, I feel that anybody could do it, but again, you need to be dedicated. But you know that there's a bit of hard work that you need to put into it. It is not all very rosy, and without the support of people in your immediate family and community, you might not be able to scale. If you want to be by yourself, it's not going to be easy. But if you do have support, then you are going to really scale.
Yeah, because there's two sides of that, and I'm glad you have both, right? Obviously the in person, like the family, not everyone has that, and then the online, the community online of Amazon sellers, like we can all kind of agree that's important, but you've put in the work to find cool people to work with and everything, right? And obviously our community is a great place to do that and everything, but that's really, really a powerful thing to find sellers to network and mastermind with and everything, and it's just a great thing, and I'm obviously very proud of what you've been able to do and everything. So if you could go back to when you were starting, what would you tell yourself that you think would help you succeed a lot quicker back, 4, 5, 6 months ago when you were either considering starting or had just started?
Um, so I would not doubt. Maybe I had a bit of doubt when I first started. So you had mentioned some tools that we should get. I didn't get all of those tools. I got the most effective ones like the keeper, the seller ham, but I should have gotten like Boxham, the repriser from day one. And I say that now because uh now that things are really happening really fast, it's difficult to now say, oh, how do you keep track of your receipts, your invoices, how do you make sure in terms of tax. No, there's not so many areas of the business that I'm knowing now. And if I had done proper documentation from the beginning, I wouldn't have any problem right now. So it's going to take me a little. time to go back to now find, oh, how many products did I buy? Did I put to know my exact profit from the beginning? So it took a lot of hard work getting there now. So what I would say is I would have, number one, use the right tools. Number two, reach out to more people in the community. I mean, I try not to reach out as well. I know you pushed me a lot to say
I did.
reach out to somebody. I can be very reserved, and I can be very reserved, and
Yep.
I know you really try to say create an Instagram, talk to people. I had to tell you I have not even sent a message on Instagram to anybody in in years. I created one, and I know I mentioned it to you, and I reached out to a lot of people, and surprisingly, I speak to somebody almost every week. Like
Beautiful, right?
every week.
That's the name of the game with this stuff. That made my journey so much easier too, you know?
Yes, yes. And so I think it's a very beautiful thing, and it's a good thing that you really pushed that, oh, reach out, talk to people, communicate in the group. People will get to know you, people will get to relate with you, and people can actually you can benefit from them. They're able to share ideas. You're able to share ideas of what is going on as well. So I think uh that sharing and engaging, even though a lot of people are reserved like me, they should actually try it. It will go a long way in making your life easier. So yes, those are the things I would have done right. Having the tools and sharing more and engaging more within the community. Yes.
Yeah, and so you had mentioned like really wanting to get into e-commerce. Is the Amazon business like the first business or side hustle you've tried, or have you played around with other stuff like any type of other online business or any type of other e-commerce?
Yes. So personally, I wanted to start a private label, although I didn't understand it.
Everyone gets into it like that, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a clothing line that I started and everything, but I couldn't really scale it because I didn't really know a lot of enough about marketing in the US. Like I said, I was in Nigeria for a long time, so most things I'm very familiar with are more within the African space. So understanding the US market was a bit difficult for me. So it takes a lot of learning. So being able to launch like a private label was not very easy as I thought. It was not as easy as I thought. It was not as easy as people pictured it to be. So that's one of the experience I've had. Then another one I did was I knew that selling online, because since I'd done it before in the past, I'm very competent with selling online, and I know that it's something that if you do it right, yes, it's going to work. So I decided to explore, other channels, like reach out to people. How do I start up Amazon? So I just kept watching people. I didn't really focus on the coaching aspects because it didn't occur to me even that I should do that first, right? So I just reach out to people that says, "Oh, I do this, I do that. I have products you can just put on Amazon," stuff like that. Where people I was mostly reaching out to because they were people that was saying. But again, I can tell you that all of those were just wasted time. I just wasted resources and time. I could have just gone ahead for a coaching program, which actually changed everything for me. So I think, yeah, that's basically those are the things I did. Just explored private label, explored just getting product from someone to sell on Amazon and seeing if you can, build your own brand. Basically, that was what I started with, and I transitioned so quickly from that.
Oh, makes sense. Well, obviously, super proud of what you've been able to do, and obviously, still really new to your journey too, and
Mhm.
everything. So very excited to see how things grow as well. If people want to see more of your journey and connect with you, where can they find you on Instagram?
Ah. The new Instagram account I created, producer to you.
Boom. Cool, sweet. So yeah, we'll get that linked down below as well. Thanks a lot for coming on, Bola. And then if any of you guys do want formal help, you can check the link in the description. And congrats and thanks a lot for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Miles. Really appreciate it.